Let me just say it without sugarcoating. This is simply the truth as I see it, forged by my own experience. Not a lesson, not advice, just a window into what I've come to realize. Life wasn't handed to us as a script to be blindly followed. From day one, most of what you see, customs, rules, invisible structures, and the so-called authorities, seems designed, intentionally or not, to keep us from fully waking up. Not sure who orchestrated it, maybe no one, maybe everyone, but something has always felt deeply off in all this. We're not born to be mechanical, to fit every expectation, yet that's where most of us end up. Here's how I make sense of it. Each one of us started out as a raw burst of spirit, a living flame, untamed, unfiltered. We're vulnerable like that, naked and fresh, so to survive, we build protection, a layer. That's the ego. The ego is essential at first. It's the operator, the one who helps you move through this world, see, hear, feel, function as a human being. Every thought, every word spinning in your head, every reaction, these are the work of the ego. The soul itself doesn't talk, doesn't think in language. It's a fire behind your ribs, silent but alive. The ego, though, is the translator and driver for a while. That's the deal. But you know what happens? As time goes on, the ego starts running the show. You let it drive, and it doesn't want to give the wheel back. You end up moving on autopilot. The world programs you with instructions, fit in here. Do this to avoid pain, stay small to stay safe. It keeps you distracted, chasing approval, performing, rarely asking, why am I living this way? Before you know it, you've forgotten that wildfire deep down. You become an echo, not a presence. I came to see this for myself, not from any grand revelation, but from being totally alone, facing the discomfort I spent years running from. When the noise fell away and the distractions dried up, there was nowhere left to hide from the emptiness and the truth sitting behind it. That's the moment the soul starts speaking again, soft at first, but undeniable if you're honest. Let's get raw. In this programmed state, we humans live no differently than animals on pure instinct. Wake up, eat, work, react, repeat. We say we're conscious beings, but just look around. Are you truly aware of every flower, every leaf, every human passing by, every breath? Every animal does that, totally present, alert, aware of their world at every moment. We call ourselves conscious, yet most of us barely register what's happening around us. We sleepwalk through life, hypnotized by habit. The longer you let the outside world dictate your every move, the more your soul gets buried. The ego collects every habit, opinion, rule, wound, anything to keep you running on that same old script. Protection turns into a prison. You grow old but don't change. You exist but you don't live. You're anxious, frustrated, haunted by emptiness you can't name. The soul wants to blaze, but you keep it caged because the ego keeps whispering, just follow the rules, just be safe. It took deep, restless solitude for me to see through this. Genuine aloneness isn't some sad fate, it's a crucible. You meet your raw self there, stripped of performance and masks. It's painful, the old wounds and fears scrape to the surface. But that's how you know you're on the right track. The soul doesn't speak in comfort. Real transformation always stings. Letting the ego run wild is easy. Sitting with your soul, that's where presence is born. We've been conditioned from all sides not to wake up. Law, society, endless distractions. They want you tame, manageable, obedient. That's not living. Choosing to drop out of that script and return to my own presence wasn't about rejecting the world, but returning to my own driver's seat. Life gets real when I stop acting out of habit and listen to the fire in my chest, however quiet or wild it gets. Do I get it right all the time? Not even close. The ego tries to take the wheel whenever it can, especially when things get tough. But now, I see the switch as it happens. That's the gift. Noticing, getting present, re-entering my own life. Not as a programmed piece, but as a living, burning soul. The quiet moments, the ones that hurt, are reminders of being alive. If this lands for you, if you felt caged by expectation or just off in ways you can't quite name, trust that you're not alone. Every time you stop running from yourself, every time you get quiet and let your real self breathe, you become human again, in the best sense. You don't have to be a performance, there's nothing to prove. The most honest presence you can bring to this world is yourself, awake and burning from the inside. That's what I understand now, and that's the only thing that feels real anymore. Not perfect, but absolutely alive. To everyone who's still here, thank you. Seriously, the fact that you've given your time to this message means more than I can express. I hope these words have given you something to think about, something to hold on to, or even just the reassurance that you're not alone in all of this. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who might need the same reminder. And if you'd like to keep this conversation going, hit that like button, leave a comment, or let me know your thoughts. Your feedback, your presence, it's all what makes this community stronger. Remember, the most honest presence you can bring to this world is yourself. Thank you for being here.